I'm Nadine Rowen. I played at KU Betty for 4 years, a year at Nebraska in college as well, and then I've been on Wicked since as long as it's been around. I'm going to talk to you about pulling today. So each point in Ultimate starts out with a pull. And the basics of the pull is you probably want to get it inbounds and throw it as far as possible. Once you have kind of mastered that and gotten your accuracy down enough that you can get it inbounds, you can think about doing something that's a little more advantageous for your team. So if your team is forcing flick, try to land it closer to that flick sideline. If your team is forcing backhand, try to land it closer to that backhand sideline. Other things to consider when you're thinking about pulling would be the weather, kind of the wind conditions. If it's really windy and you're throwing upwind, I like to throw it lower and more of a rolly pull because fighting through the wind is hard. If it's downwind, sometimes I like to put it way up there and let it kind of float down because the wind's going to carry it farther. So then the mechanics of how to pull. A lot of people like to do kind of a cross step, and the point of that is to get your body in position where you can use all that upper body rotation to send the disc a long way. So to get into that cross step, you just bring your foot around and then your body is right here so you can kind of unload that disc. So that would look kind of like that, more full speed. And then so that's kind of the basics, is just starting to get your body used to that step and then getting your body used to kind of the walk up. So you have your 1, 2, 3 kind of pull, and just make sure you, when you're practicing, have that end zone line in mind, that you're not going over it, not getting off sides. I actually kind of jump when I pull. I don't know when that happened, but that's just what I do to try to get more power behind it. And that's kind of how it's different than a huck in just the footwork with it, because you can give yourself that momentum with the walk up to then send that disc a little bit farther. So when you're ready to pull, you raise the disc up to let the other team know you're ready. Once they raise their hand in response, you are good to go, and then you can send it. So the two kind of basic pulls I have are an outside in kind of rolly pull, where the disc is going to land kind of like this and then start spinning out of bounds. And then a floaty IO pull, where I'm going to release the disc more like this. It's going to hopefully float down in the sky ground and then land like that. So the advantages of, or what I'm trying to do, is give my team time to get the defense set up. So if I'm doing a rolly pull, I want it to hit near the sideline inbounds and then roll out of bounds and go down the street, so that they have to go get the disc and my team can jog down and set up the defense. So that's great if we're like trapping them on the sideline with a cup, or just kind of a force forehand type situation, or if it's really windy and it's going to be hard. If I put the disc up in the air, the wind's going to take it where I don't want it. So the IO pull is good because it's going to float down. The other team's going to catch it and get going right away, but hopefully with kind of that longer time in the air, your team has time to get down and kind of set up their defense that way. So now I'm actually going to throw some of those throws, so you can kind of watch my footwork before I release that disc, and then kind of the angle I'm releasing that disc at, and then see what happens when it lands. In this case, the cones on either side of me are mimicking that front end zone line that I am not supposed to cross.